might be looking. I think it's headed towards $3. Well, it's headed to sweep $4, I think. So I have 380, 310, and then like 3, obviously. So yeah, I think it's gonna sweep $4 minimum.
Yeah.
Kind of watch volume there is what I would recommend. If it bounces back above 5 and into like 650, I think that's a short, and it'll come down. So if it gets a range bounce, I mean, it might be worth a range bounce above $5, so you get $1, like $5 to $6, I think is there. But I do think it's headed to 4, and that's where I would like assess taking equity long. But I'm really watching a lot of these Q stocks closely. I think they're in their corrections. I want to assess the market sentiment, the chart, all of that when we're a little closer to the correction being over. Because I think volume and just like how the market, whether or not the market's calling bullshit on quantum or not, we don't know yet.
Yeah, so when I first looked at the gamma profile, I was like, man, this looks bullish. But then I saw the delta, and it's due for pullback, just like you said. 90% delta. We have very strong resistance right here, $5. Then we have this first support we're gonna find, and possible bounce is $4. And then into next week, that support lowers a little bit to 3.5. No, $3. Sorry. So basically, exactly what I said. I would not add anything to it. And I love that what you mentioned about quantum. I think that's a very astute observation when it comes to the market valuation. There is a lower possibility of it breaking higher, but the possibility, if it were to break higher, it would lead into it trading around $6. So I agree.
volatility. But yeah.
What the? Good morning, everybody. Shit, sorry. 1 second. Oh, that's what. All right, all right, all right. So yeah, big week. Probably shitty trading across the board. Like we said last week, this next like week or so, whatever, is definitely one to probably just avoid trading. We have FOMC on Wednesday, I think. What else? Oh yeah, this options expiration on Friday is, like we said on Friday. We went over this on Friday, holding us down, and here we are lower. I do think I'm looking to short like 590 if we get it, like on a macro scale. Basically, like we're in a range from now 575 up to 600 on SPY. So like with enough time, I guess like I think we're gonna bounce above 575, but like I'm really just looking to short 590 down to 565. That's what I want to do. Like I said, really protect yourself. Like this is not a week to be trading big size on anything. I mean, the last couple weeks, like just look at the price action, lower highs, lower lows. We could just be doing this all fucking year, so don't fight the trend. GME wise, I want to add to my 32 calls, but I'm probably gonna have to roll them. I think what I'll do is probably roll them out to like March. But below 32, we potentially could be headed to 30. So I don't want to like do that now. I want to be either above 32 or buying 30. So like right now we're in limbo and just gonna get theta banked realistically. So avoiding that as much as possible. I mean, on anything, what I really want is just this like next week to be over, week and a half, because then we have the inauguration too. Like, who knows what the market's gonna, do. I feel like there's a lot of anticipation. What I'm really looking for is a massive shakeout to the downside. Like, I would really like, no matter what the pattern plays out, like on SPY, I want like whether or not we get 590 and then dump. I want to see this. Like, I want to see the market dump hard as fuck. But I'm gonna be like, that's when I want to buy shit. Like right now, we're just chopping, we're anticipating, we're getting theta banged, nothing's happening. So like, that tells me sit on your hands, wait for opportunities, and like I always say, like set your alerts, right? Like on GME, for example, we'll use that as an example. If we're gonna go to 30, we're gonna want to buy 30. If we pop 32, we're good above 32. Below 32, we just don't know. So I'm not, don't get theta banged, right? Yeah, I mean, I still think we're in the diagonal. We're kind of pinching. I'd really love to see us pop above 32. But if we don't do that, set an alert near 30, that's what we'll be taking long. Shit, market's about to open. But yeah, like literally set alerts at places like if we get nasty, nasty dumps, like Nvidia 120, 125, like that's when, oh my God, it actually did get 128, 129 this morning already. So yeah, we might get an intraday bump here at actually yeah we are probably. Ultimately, like I'm taking really quick scalps and just like I said, charting, setting alerts on macro charts for in the event that we get some really nasty move in the next like week or so. Because I think anything prior to that happening is just gonna like we're just gonna. I mean, I've already been getting theta banked, so I think that's just gonna we're just gonna continue down that trend until we get the big shakeout. Yeah, SPY. I do think we're gonna hold this low because we got a really clean 5 here. Yeah, Bitcoin's breaking down. Like we're definitely bearish. I just want to know how bearish. Oh my God. Well, my hedge paid. Twitter's not loading for me. Uh-oh. Space is about to get rugged. Whoa. Yeah, the space is fucking up hard. APG. There we go. 440%. 503 puts. But yeah, I got bagged on Nvidia though, so I did not make up my losses, but it did help. Pop, pop, pop. Theta bang. Yep, nice bounce on SPY so far. See if we can get 580 today. Nice little diagonal there. Pretty high volume at open. $576 support, so I think we can get a little bounce. Tesla did get a really nice bounce at 380. But shit's just getting dragged. GameStop big don't be. Yeah, the space is, yeah, I see that. All right, fuck it. Peace out, everybody. Good luck. Don't get data banked. Don't fucking lose your ass. Sit on your hands. Set your alerts. Wait for discounts that you like. And good luck. Um, oh, I guess the stream's still running. Oh my god, Q's 500%. Let's go. Runner, runner, runner. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Boom, 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 boom. It's gay too, yeah. Space is gay as fuck. Gay as fuck, boy. PH Eddie, what up? Market and space are gay. Yeah, we're in the chats. What's good, fam? Stream fam. Fuck the spaces. Fuck those motherfuckers. Alright, PDYN. We've traded this. Yeah, Paladine. That's right. Ooh, I actually like this chart macro. This thing. I mean, higher highs, higher lows, right? Throw an anchored VWAP on the low. Where are we at? Did I press the wrong button? Oh no. Yeah, anchored VWAP off that November 14th lows at $7. Gucci. Yep, higher highs, higher lows. PDYN, really nice. Q's little bounce. Bitcoin, I think is just gonna get dragged. Like I think it's short. I mean, it's the same as the market. It's short the pops. Short the pops till we get big fucking liquidity. Big fucking liquidity sweeps. Like scare the fuck out of everybody. GME 30. Tesla strong over 390. That son of a bitch. Wow, Q's would have bounced. Look at that. I mean, SPY. Told you diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 575. Give us a $5 move. Give us 580 today. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Yeah, that's garbage. What up, Eddie? Trump pump 1 week. Yeah, see, I'm with you, FBLR. That's like I was saying. I mean, we say like it's like with Archie, this week's got to get over. Because it's like the data's holding us down, right? The delta, the gamma, the fucking whatever. I agree. Like we're bullish, right? Here's my, I mean, FBLR, you know it. In my chart or in my what's it called? I shared it. Like over pre-market lows, I think we get I hope we get a nice bounce. I think we. So let's say we bounce right here. I think we get a pump into FOMC this week, into the inauguration. Then they wipe us out, like give us a just big sweep, fucking nasty, scare everybody, and then Trump pump. I'm with that. Like I want to catch that. How's GME looking today? Good entry. I say take 30. If it's below 32, just wait for 30. Sadly. Maybe it doesn't get all the way there. Like I still have, like, you know, I took a little profit on Friday, but not enough to not be bagged on the 32s right now. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna have to roll them out. I think I'm gonna just roll them to March, like get a bunch more, get a bunch more premium. Obviously have to, have to take my loss on what I have right now. But like my thesis isn't dead. Like I'm still long above 30, and I took 32 long above it, and there you go, got banged. Theta banged down. So now between 30 and 32, I either want to be long in the money $32 calls above 32, or wait for as close as we can get to 30, and then I'll probably start buying 30s. I just don't want to be theta banged. I mean, look at GME. We traded $32 on November 26th. It's January 13th, and we're at 31, right? So anybody who FOMO'd into, I think that was a kitty tweet. No, I don't remember. Whoever FOMO'd above $30 back in November is red, even though we've been going up. So, like, avoid that for yourself. I want to avoid that for myself, I should say. So, that's the way I'm thinking about it. Right now, I'm not doing shit. I'm not doing shit on anything. I did hit a little SPY long. All right, actually, I'm just still sitting in 575s. I'm not even trading. I'm just sitting in 575s. FFIE's sending. That one leads Jimmy. Yeah, Joe, yeah. Rolling, yeah. I just need more theta. I was hoping we'd get a good week this week. I was wrong. Or at least like a good start to the week. But they gave us a decent bounce on Friday. That was our opportunity, unfortunately, in hindsight. Was a good trade, just got greedy. Quantum stocks. I said this in pre-market. I said this on Friday. Quantum stocks, man. We are. So QSI is coming to. It's coming below $2, I think. Let me just throw this other number here. 5. Yeah, it's coming to $2. In quantum altogether, man. I've said this a couple times. The market right now is calling bullshit on quantum, right? It was overhyped. Regardless if it was overhyped, it was hyped. Market's calling bullshit because of the sentiment. You've got Mark Zuckerberg and the Nvidia dude basically saying quantum isn't going to do shit for 10 years plus. Right? Everybody who bought quantum in the past few months is thinking it's time, it's here. So market's calling bullshit. Like QSI might be a $30 stock, but it might take till 2040 to get there. And you don't necessarily want to. I don't want to hold it that long. So what I'm trying to do is I've got alerts set. I would set an alert below $2 on QSI. I want to watch these corrections come in. I want to see volume towards the end of these corrections. QUBT, QSI, anything quantum, to be able to gauge sentiment. And nice pop spot. Let's go. And to just be able to, have the correction's not over, right? The correction's not over. Towards the end of the correction, if volume starts to come in and accumulation starts to happen, then okay, cool. Maybe we have a middle of the year quantum pump. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. But if that doesn't happen, then it could be done for the year. It could be done for the, for fucking 10 years. Who knows? We want big money flowing into them, and that's what we were seeing. That's why quantum was getting so hyped, is because big money was flowing into it. That sentiment is now shifted. We need to be able to. We don't want to, buy too early. Really, we need to take what the market's gonna give us. And right now, market's calling bullshit, which is why they're all down fat. I just went to spaces to see like why nobody was talking to me. Well, we're not in there, so that's fine. Maybe we'll hop in here. Archie, you here? No. Dun, 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 dun. Velo. It looks good. It's below the 200 day, so you know, based on that and really that alone, it's on a downtrend, but it is making higher highs, higher lows. I don't know, what is this? Energy? Valero? Definitely doesn't look bad. 5. Yeah, dude, I mean shit. I like the argument that the low's in off 120. So I mean I'd say buy the dip as long as 120 holds. Hate to buy it today and see it, down 4% on Monday or something, but see on like days like today, well, even just this price action. Like if you're holding, let's say you're holding 578 out of the money contracts, this little bit of on 0DT, I should say. This little bit of consolidation is really fucking you. Like you could have bought the low, gotten 100% pump, and you're probably down to like 30% now because of this consolidation. So like in the money, first of all, take profit. Second of all, in the money, right? Like I'm looking for a range move. Like I'm looking for 575 to 579. Now, if it moves below 575, then I'm done. Then I get stopped. But I buy it in the money because it gets less fucked, right? Like it's in the money. I mean, I'm still getting theta banged. Don't let me, it's still getting theta banged. But it's getting theta banged less than an out of the money contract. And like I still get the volatility pump. So like as long as I'm in the money, really above 575, 6 at this point. A nice volatility pump into 577, 578 will be nice without taking, 100% swings on short dated shit. Nuclear, yeah, that might be a good idea. Fully out of Nvidia, yeah, no, I need to reposition, yeah. I'm worried that Nvidia's headed to like 120. I mean, it's getting a bounce. It should be getting a bounce. Yeah, it is getting a bounce. But that's a 5. Yeah, so here's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, this could be just a nasty zigzag and we reverse up from here, but I think it's short the pops and we're going to see like 125. I think that's happening. Why I'm bearish. We swept liquidity here. Highlighted this on Friday. A down, B up, C is 5. 1, 2. We're in 3. I think we can get a really nice bounce and fake everybody out. That's why I'm like, I will short this fucking shit and get paid. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hell no, Earthwig. I'm not in QSI. Hell no. I cut all quantum when quantum when QUBT broke down fucking 16, I think. And then the offerings started pouring in, so I was fucking blessed. But that was like, dude, fucking even even the company's called bullshit. The company, like, you have to take the, like, I don't know, you don't have to. This is the way I look at it, right? Again, quantum was hyped. Everybody's pouring money into quantum. You're seeing it. Everybody, your mom, your grandma was fucking buying quantum because she heard it was the next big thing, right? It's just like any other fucking bubble. But then you get, again, the market calling bullshit. And hey, yeah, I mean, I was lucky. Like, I mean, I took the trade. Remember, I sniped QUBT at like 1530 or whatever it was. I literally got like pennies from the low. And then I just cut it at damn near break even because I was looking for the $20 move. So like I fucked myself on that, like on a very nice trade, but I did also protect myself from all the quantum bullshit. But the companies themselves recognized the fact that they were overvalued, so they literally they dumped shares into the market at an overextended valuation. They recognize that, right? Why did they sell shares? Because, right, like, it's worth selling shares, especially when Nvidia's CEO says, nah, like, this is fake. You know what I mean? So like, even the companies were like, oh fuck, this is our opportunity, let's raise money. So again, you, like, all that needs to be digested. You know, the same quantum bulls that were buying in late December or in December, November, need to show back up and say, no, it's happening now. Otherwise, it won't. Otherwise, look at it as a pump and dump. Smart. Oh, thanks, guy. What if it's an ABCDE of a triangle on QQQ and SPY? ABCDE. Draw it for me and share it to me somewhere. Aaron. Like, that was the triangle was my original thing, but now the ABC C needs to be 5. That's like what's trumping it. Hell yeah, Eddie, good shit, bro. That's what's like trumping it for me, is the fact that C would need to be 5. Like, this is just a 3-wave move, so I just don't like that. Like, ABC, because like originally what we had looked at was A down on SPY, B up, C and 5, right? That would have been A down, B up, C and 5, and we'd be bullish above this low. We swept that low. So now that we swept that low, this is no longer 1 up, 2 down, 3 up bullish, right? That's invalidated after we swept this low here. So now how do we look at it, right? Now this can't be ABC bullish above this low because we swept the low. So now how do we look at it? We can look at it from A down right here, which is a 5. We got a 3 up, which is very indicative of a flat, which this would be the scenario where you use the retracement from the top to the bottom. Did we reject the 0.8? Absolutely. So this is an A down, B up, C is in 5 waves. Now, this here, if it plays out like this would be a diagonal. So this C in 5 waves would play out in a diagonal as opposed to an impulse. It is a 5-wave move, and I'll show you right here. So we have A down, B up, C is 5. A, B, C, D, E is 5. right? Now, the more bearish way this can play out is we have A down, B up, 1, 2, 3, big extended 3 down, 4, 5, right? We have these two potentials playing out. So either we stay above 575, bounce in range, and short this here for the fifth low, or we're in this big 3 down right now and we're just going to keep falling. One of these two, that's just, these are the two that I'm leaning on, because again, we swept the low here. We can't be bullish above this low. Structurally, like if we again above 575, we can be bullish into 590, even 595. But since the structure shifted, again, we're also looking at higher or lower highs now, right? We made a lower low. If we bounce, odds are telling us that we're going to make a lower high, right? That's just the trend. We could literally be on this trend for all year. We could literally be making lower highs all fucking year. And until that trend shifts, don't fucking fight it. But these are the patterns that align with that, that idea, that thesis. Archer on Gamma 50. Don't marry any fucking stock. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I know a triangle's 3s. That's what I'm saying. This is a 5. So, like, it can't be valid. And whether or not you call this a diagonal or a triangle, like, that could be valid. Like, if this is what you're talking about, and the triangle, that's why I asked you to draw it, because I don't know where you're talking about from, right? I don't know, like, where you're starting. Could this be A, B, C, D, E? Oh, shit, other way around. A down, B up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or call it A, B, C, D, E. It doesn't matter. If this is the triangle you're talking about, then, I mean, call it a triangle. I would call it a diagonal, whatever. It really doesn't matter. If this is the 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 you're talking about, then yes, I agree. But this is a 5. So this tells me 5 down, 3 up. And we need 5 on a macro. But yes, this could be 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. Or 5 down, whatever. It could be, absolutely. I'm talking macro, though. I don't, like... I'm just looking at the pattern more than anything. I say it all the time. I don't care what you call it. I don't care if it's a 3-5-3. I don't care. I don't care. I pattern trumps the numbers to me. Like the math and the pattern. Like you can go in here. You could drive yourself crazy going in here and be like, "Oh, that's a 3. No, it's a 5. Oh, it's a 3. No, it's a 5." Like that. I just care about the pattern, right? Argue with other people about that. I'm just trying to make money. Nice spy. Beauty. Beauty, 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 beauty. You motherfucking ha. That's a diagonal for your ass. And that pump into 578. Oh, yeah. Decent little baggy. Whoops. Damn, dude, maybe I just get back to spy scalping. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, when I first started these streams, I was scalping the fuck out of spy. Like, that's all I traded. Then started getting into like more individual names with Then we started trading fucking momentum stocks. I mean, what do you guys like to trade? What would you? Good shit, Eddie. That's awesome. Congrats. I know you trade momentum, but like if you were to then if you were to decide or tell me what like if I were to trade one thing, what would you prefer that I traded and like showed you how I traded or like, did call outs? Would it be like just SPY? Like, and I'm asking like memes and SPY, okay. And I'm asking because like I could focus on it. That would be like that's what I QQQ SPY scalps, yeah, market. So just because that would be what it would be. Like in my opinion, make money. I love it. Fuck yeah. That's a good point though. Like right, like sometimes that is a good point, Jamie. Because like sometimes SPY just ain't giving it to us. Sometimes Qs ain't giving it to us, and momentum is it. So that's what I've kind of been doing. Kind of just been trying to follow the money. Um, yeah, I know. Yeah, SPY. Maybe I could even. I mean, I could even do something like like market open. I'll trade SPY and Qs. Middle of the day, I could go over individual names for people, or like if we were having a hot momentum. Like that's the thing. Like I want to be like on my toes. Like if we're having a hot momentum day and we're seeing stocks fucking like that's what we're gonna do, right? Like I just mean generally. Um, because like I don't know. For me personally, like when I'm trading, it definitely has like when I was just trading SPY, I was trading making 3 to 5 trades on SPY every day. And that was it. Like that's all I would do. And that was easy because I could focus on it. I knew my levels. But when I'm bouncing around looking at different stuff as a trader, it kind of just messes with the flow a little bit. I'm kind of over here, I'm over here, whatever. Um, you would like to learn to trade less. Yeah, no, that's a fucking me too, actually. So if you didn't know, I've said this a couple times. DJT popping. Um, let's go, SPY. What a move! Fuck yes, baby. Um, if you didn't, yeah, I'm trying to make less trades this year. I'm sizing up in my like size, so like I'm trading larger size. And I want to make less trades. So like learning how to do that. I mean, it really is just like mastering yourself, sitting on your fucking hands, like actually doing that. Because when your eyes get big and you get you're like, oh, I can make some money here. Like that's when you need to be on your shit. Um, and just not, learning to take those A+ setups and that alone. We got 578 boys and girls. Oh. Wow, DJT. $3 pump, $4 pump almost. That thing's gonna be wild for inauguration, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, Ryan, I like first 15 to 30 minutes on SPY. Love it. I am asking Sam, man. Thank you. Honestly, I'd love to see you pound over and over how to read volume. I lack and understand it. I need to hear it over and over. Yeah, no, I feel that. What I would say is practice. Like, how did I get there? Right? How did I learn to read volume the way I do? And I'm not perfect. I'm not I'm not the best in the world at it by any means. Is not what I'm saying. It was practice, a ton of fucking practice. So like, trending volume, trending price. I wanted to take some 47Cs on DJT. Crime. Fuck yeah, it is. Jimmy. Yeah, we're just getting dragged. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I mean, I love trading SPY. SPY's, it's just been difficult to trade lately. Actually, that's not even difficult to trade. But look at this price action. Like this. This was almost 2 days of price action here in this box. Like that's fucking garbage. This is nice. The Starlink Mini is trash, really? That sucks. ATPC halted up. Oh, halted down now. Yeah, it's right into fucking. Is that a anchored view up? Let's see what's fucking. An RBT, good dip by there. Robotics getting smacked today. What's served down? It's not as bad. IRBT is getting fucking worked. Weak preliminary quarter 4 results. Okay. Do I miss OSHA violations? You know, sadly, I kind of do. It's been weird. Thanks, FBLR. Also. Do people need YouTube too? Or like if I just did Twitch, would that like would people not watch? Oh, there it is. Now, there we go. I don't think I would watch Twitch due to commercials. Okay. Yeah, I think Twitch is better for me because then the ads like kick back to me, whereas YouTube it doesn't. That's why I asked. But okay, noted, noted. No, yeah, I'm asking for my sake, not for y'all's sake. But like I want to know what you guys think is what I'm asking. So thank you. If yeah, I could stream on X. I'm like looking to like for this to benefit me though, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I mean, I can continue doing everything. That's not a problem. I'm simply asking yeah, Netro's right. Like if you want to avoid like yeah, exactly. That's kind of why I'm asking. Oh, I want to make money? Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah, ideally, ideally if I could, without asking people for money, like if there was a way to do that, that would be ideal, right? Because then it's a win-win situation, I guess. Can you stream on OnlyFans? I'll send you the link. If you do Twitch, I would pay for a sub over there. Oh, well, thank you. No, that's why I'm asking. But I, like, I don't want to be like, yeah, I'm just doing Twitch and then only have like half the people show up. Like, but again, I'm just asking for curiosity, and kind of to, I'm gonna make some decisions going forward here in the near kind of future. But I don't want to like, I don't want to fuck myself over, fuck anybody else over, or anything like that. You know what I mean? Getting OnlyFans, I already got one, bro. I'll send you the link. Baby. TPET. T-Pet. Some decent volume, yeah. It's kind of flagging out. I like it above $2. I really like volume to pick up here. Volume was massive in pre-market. We want to see that continue. It's really starting to pick up here intraday. If that's what you want to see. You want volume to continue. Otherwise, it'll probably fail 250. Ah, Handrolo, that's a good idea. So you get the 2 cents for ad. Oh man, thank you, Fritz. I love you. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely wanting to make it like more worth it for me, without being like, give me your money. Oil and gas stocks getting the love for sure. I believe it. What's Spy doing? Being gay. You could argue that this is the diagonal here, and we cut the early 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this pullback might be the one to break out into 580 here. But I got stopped out. I'm not trading in between here. I took my bag. Just trade serve and dude. So like, there's I will make a point here. There's such a fucking valid point, and like, I'm not saying this to like be woe is me, because I'm happy. Like, I'm happy to even have the ability to like notice this for myself, but I want to point it out, right? Like, you really only need to do one fucking. There is paid YouTube memberships too. Okay. Okay. So yeah, again, thank you. Like, that's great information. Thank you. I have no idea. Um, Over trading too many things, or just simply learn to trade one thing, and you will be more successful than if you try to trade a bunch of different things. And I say this because I've realized coming into this year, I want to take less trades. I want to take larger trades, right? I came to that conclusion reviewing my trades from the end of the year, even not even the end of the year, just the back half of the year. Basically, when I started doing all the streams and all this stuff, to kind of find like, little nuanced things I can improve on. And it's definitely for me, like, again, I'm happy to do it. I'm not complaining. It's just an observation. When I'm doing this, looking at all these different things, that has a little reaction on my psyche, right? Like, I'm like, oh, that's a good setup. I want to trade that. Oh, that's a good, kind of like I was talking earlier where, or somebody asked, like, how do I sit on my hands? How do I do that? I've found in hindsight, like, I got worse at that, right? Like, I was kind of just like, oh, that's a good setup. Let me check that. Like, I'm basically trading too many things with less than A plus setup confidence, if that makes sense. So I'm making the point, like, I mean, do what's best for you, right? That's at the end of the day the biggest thing. Um That's a good point too, Ryan. Yeah, I mean that right there is essentially what I'm talking about. It's, oh shit, I've been meaning to ask you. Can you please note a topic for today in downtime or your next Sunday session? How do you manage your watch list? Mine is too much. I'm looking at too much. Yeah, I mean that's it. Like I am too, and that's the realization that I have come to. And why, like I said, I'm exactly the FOMO, right? Jumping into the small move. Even I put a bunch of money on, a bunch of different, and I'm still holding some of them. Some of them are green, some of them are red, bunch of penny stocks. But even that, because I got so excited about penny stocks because money was flowing there, I'm just still kind of sitting there. You know what I mean? Like nothing's going on. Where the intelligent side of me is telling me just, like I said this morning, sit on your hands, wait for the levels, and take the A plus setup. So I'm working back for myself to try and get to that point where, and that's why again I asked, like, maybe we just trade SPY for the first hour or so or whatever. I don't know. It's all a work in progress. All this to say, absolutely, Ryan. Yeah, that's a good idea. All this to say, like, especially, I mean, for people who are learning, like, better setups, less trades, better setups at the end of the day. And again, I'm rambling, but all this to say, like, I've noticed in the past 6 months myself, just over trading, whether it's a wider range of stocks and not having a focus on it and not like managing the way I should be, or just not, yeah, whatever, just all over the place. And again, like I've been happy to do it, so I'm not complaining. I'm not like, I had a fucking fantastic year last year, so that's not any of this. I'm hoping that Dragon, you need to drown out the noise somehow. Yeah. And every motherfucker wants levels for every shit go. Yeah, no, I mean, I've done, I feel like I've gotten better at that for sure. Um, and I'm sorry for, kind of ignoring a lot of people when they do ask me but like, that's the point, right? Just hyper focused. I think, I mean, at the end of the day, I can tell you right now, if I'm focused on one thing and we're like, we don't trade anything together, but like, if the more I'm focused, the more accurate I am, the more money I make, and then obviously hopefully the better the content I can get you, the more value I can provide, right? Instead of all the noise, like Doug said. So yeah. I'm still very new, but I realize that I should just delete the stock that I'm not trading because when the price drops, I feel like I have to buy the dip because of FOMO. That's a good point. I think it's a very good observation for yourself. I think everybody has little nuance things that they need to pay attention for themselves. Like, like me, I'm a very impatient person. So what do? I set alerts. I set alerts at places where, I do my analysis and then I go and set alerts and then I won't look. I try not to look at the stock, right? If Nike, right, you're long, you like Nike. I try to just like, because when I get into the patterns and I start to do analysis, then I'm really digging into it. I need to be able to pull away, right? I need to be able to not over complicate things. Just set my alert like GME, right? Like I know GME's below 30. I have an alert set at 32, and I have alert set at $30.50. What's best for my psyche is just waiting to see which one of those alerts is going to hit first. And the next time I look at GME, it's going to be when one of those hit. And at that time, I already know what I'm looking for more broad term. So when one of those two things happens, okay, cool. Where are we at? What am I seeing now? Then I start to do that more analysis, right? But if I am staring at GME's chart in between those 2 points, I'm just, oh, do I buy this? Do I buy this? Do I buy this? Do I buy, over analyzing, over complicating, confusing myself. That's, I mean, there's a lot of value there. Sticking to your plan, not overextending yourself, not whatever it is. So yeah, that's what I do. And again, like my point being, I think everyone's different. You have your vices, I have mine. Everybody has their issues that they need to work on, but you as an individual noticing that for yourself, I think is the most important thing you can do in any trader. Like, identify where you go wrong for yourself, and that's up to you to fix. Like, getting better at sniping entries is not going to fix the fact that you don't sell, right? Like, if you get FOMO every time a stock goes up and you just don't sell, you don't sell. You could be the best sniper in the fucking world, but if you don't take profit, you're going to be a losing trader. That's a great, yeah. Andro said, I really only trade one setup consistently for day trading and focus solely on SPY. That's, dude, like literally. Um, Literally one setup. One setup will change your life. One pattern. Like, learn to trade one pattern if that's the way you see the market. Learn to trade one Fibonacci level. Like, but every time you see that trade set itself up, you know how to take advantage. You know where to set your risk, and you know, cool, boom, easy money every time. Yeah, if you're overcomplicated, zoom out. That's, I mean, like, ultimately that's what I'm doing with SPY and like everything. I was trying long all last week because I thought we were gonna get a bounce. Lost on IWM, lost on Nvidia, lost on Tesla, um, and we're just continuing to get dragged down. So like, I'm not gonna keep trying, right? Like, I had my risks allocated. I got stopped out of everything. Um, I'd be crazy to keep trying because nothing's changed, right? So that's where I'm just taking a step back, hitting scalps, and I'm just waiting. Let it play out. Let my A plus setup come to me, which I went over this morning. It's gonna be a big move, bullish into like 590. Either way, we're getting a 5-wave move. So I have two patterns highlighted that I want to see happen and then take advantage of. Other than that, I'm just sitting, waiting. Wow, QUBT down into 7. I still think this is the larger wave 3. So I think we get a wave 4 bounce and then sweep wave 5 lower on QUBT. I'll tell you. Let's see. I think we can get a. Oh my goodness, it's not good. Looks like it's going to $5. Yep, great point. Great point, Androlo. Couldn't agree more. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, the space, I think we just need to do away with. Fuck that shit. Got an alert on NNE. Down to 22 bucks. Don't like it that much. Yeah, Zeke. Yeah, space. I mean, Spaces was always just a medium for people to like. I mean, to bring. Yeah, like I could bring them up, whether it be Discord, even Restream. Like, there's a bunch of different ways. Yeah. Um, I kept those spaces for so long. I mean, and still obviously do, just because the most people join that. Like, usually we'll have close to 200 people in the space, 100 people on YouTube, 50 people on Twitch. Um, so like that's been the reason, right? I feel like I mean, that's where I have the largest following, right? So that's the point, or like has always been the point. It's like it gets the most exposure. Um, it's definitely not doing a fucking good job of what, like, there's plenty of other things I could do. And if we do that, I'll just need everybody's help to kind of like spread the word so that we don't like cut ourselves in half. Because that's like what I ultimately don't want. I don't want to have half the people watching. Ideally, we double it. So like that's the goal, and that's why I'm asking all the questions. How do we make that happen? And if we're gonna make that happen, where do we do it? How do we do it best? What's the best? Um, you know. Da, 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 da. I'd like to start doing like giveaways and shit. I think that would be tight. Like we're hanging out, we're trading, we can make good trades, but like there's a lot of downtime. Maybe like a news section, we go over like what's happening, why stocks are down, blah blah blah, like value in that sense. I don't know. Tons of stuff I have ideas for, but just don't know. Don't know what I want to do, don't know what y'all want. If that's even like a thing. Or I could just stream for an hour a day and call it quits at that, you know what I mean? Yeah, wow. DJT, oh my god. Beautiful. Congrats to anybody in that shit. Wow. I want to make moolah. Yeah, that's me too, bro. Me too. That is why we are here. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. I think so too. I really do think so too. And I appreciate all y'all because I like without you guys, I mean, definitely would not have something here. So, um, yeah, I appreciate you. I think it could be fucking dope. You know, I think it could be really fucking dope. And yeah, like I wanted, my goal would be trading centered. Obviously a lot of us are in the GME community and that, but um, can't really have a trading show around GME alone. Be pretty boring. But ultimately, yeah, no, I agree. I appreciate that too. I think I did my first stream like on July 22nd or something like that. Good 6 months. No more fucking around. Harry Potter socks, yeah. Giveaway? Fuck yeah. How do you go about finding A plus setups, or do you just have stocks that you will wait for it to present it on? Yeah, both. It's a little bit of both. I mean patterns, right? So I first thing I do is I scroll and just look for a pattern. If I see a pattern that I recognize, right, and there's only 5 of them, then like this morning here. Well, no, it's different. It's the pattern. That's how I find A plus setup. So first thing I do is identify pattern. This morning I took an A plus setup long above 575, and I'll tell you exactly how I found that. It's different in every scenario, but it's all dependent on pattern. So this morning when I saw us breaking down, we swept this low, I drew out my macro idea, which was 5 down from this C wave, right? Again, we have A down here, we have B up, C is always 5. So automatically, once we swept this low, I recognized, okay, this move here is a C. I think it's going to be 5 waves. How would that look? 1, 2, 3. We either bounce here and get our 5, or we continue lower and get our 5. In this instance, what did I do? I went in here. I looked at this pattern again. This is a 3-wave move here. So what we have is, again, this is all complicated. I know I'm overcomplicating the fuck out of this, and I know that. This is a B, C. In my mind, I saw this and I'm like, okay, if this is an A, B, C, where is it going to terminate? A, B, C. This C is 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So by pre-market, I already knew 786 that for this 5-wave move. I know this doesn't answer your question, so I'm sorry. But this is how I found this. So. Spider. Diagonal, baby. This right here, trend line. All I ever do is measure 5s. So when I see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I know that if this low holds against 575, I want to be long. Just based on the pattern and the math. That's what it's telling me. Then I went in here and I looked on the fucking 5-minute, and I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the pullback. As long as we're long above this level, I bought this right here, and boom, spiked in here, sold it. Okay, cool. That happened. Still have our anchored VWAP up. It's still holding our anchored VWAP, so I drew that pattern that is literally playing out right now where, okay, potentially A, B, C, D, E, pull back in 1, 2, 3 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bang. I know it didn't answer your question, but that's how I do it. And it's like the simplest way I can fucking tell you that I do it. And I need to get better at that, so I apologize. Not even that was an A plus setup. That's just how I traded that. But ultimately, it's all patterns and then patience, which I don't have. So I identify a pattern, I set alerts, I wait till that alert hits, and if that alert hits, I look at it and then I reassess the pattern. Okay, how's volume looking? Does it look like we're gonna get this to play out above this? Like I would have taken it above 577, right? Like above 577 here, this should pump higher because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pull back long, and that's the anchored VWAP. Again, I know I did not answer your question, and I know that was probably not a very good explanation, but that was it. But that is a good, like, I'll definitely try to make a video on that. How do I find A plus setups? Like, A plus for me is when the pattern, number 1, the math, number 2, a support level like 575 in this case, all align. So it's when 3 to 5 things are telling me one thing and giving me clear invalidation, right? 575 this morning was clear invalidation. I knew that any move below this 575.08 level and 575.03 in reality, because it was 5 cents deviation or fucking margin of error. I know that above that low, I want to be long. So I had that. I had the math, 575, significant resistance support, blah, blah, blah. A plus for me is when I see 3 to 5 things aligning Actually, like A plus would be probably 5. What time of day do you make your sacrificial offerings to the god of tendies? I mean, I really like the beginning of the day. I just like volatility. So like the majority of volatility comes beginning and end of day. Volatility means I can make 100% trade on 0 DTEs in a minute. You know what I mean? Whereas, and obviously that's like I'm sized for that. Like it's a small position. I'm not trading 20 grand on 0 DTEs or anything. But that's part of the risk management aspect of trading. Because anybody who hops in and throws 100 grand on 0 DTEs, even if you hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, all it takes is one time to wipe you out. So that's risk management that, you know, depending on account size, depending on how you like to trade, your risk profile, like so many things that I have no idea about for you individually. Unless you tell me, hey, I have a $500 account, then I would tell you, okay, make $50 trades 5 times a day, and that's it. You know what I mean? Taco, what's going on? Who's out there? Perfect. Spider! Oh my goodness. Are you fucking kidding me? Imagine if we had only known. Absolutely gorgeous. That is a diagonal, my friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a pullback to long. Oh my goodness, that's fucking hot. Chia. Okay, so you guys like GME, right? You guys like GME. You guys remember that video that I shared on 3 highs in a row on GME, right? You remember? I remember. Look at that. Tell me that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th high, you pull back, you buy that, you long. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one I would be looking for the breakout. Now in larger time frames, it might be giving us something else, but I mean, come on. 3 highs, If you're bullish, which again above 575 we were, buy the reclaim. Anchored VWAP. Boom. Would have gotten $2 there. Options data catches up to patterns and dragon. Anybody who tells you differently doesn't know how the market works. Is that fucking Osha? Did you dox yourself, bro? Hell yeah, keys, good shit, dude. 100% on 0 DTEs. Take that money and run, brother. Take that motherfucking money and run. Yeah, maybe we should. I don't know. I've been all over the place, and I apologize. Yep, I like it. Keys, I like it, bro. See, and here's something for anybody who, well, this is a level 2 pattern trading tip I'm about to make right here. Because I like that. I like that. I like the good old ABC. Like I like waiting for it or looking for it, right? I really do. And now here's what I'll tell you. Now we're looking at the 2 minute, and this is like I need to get better about taking trades. I need to be better about choosing days to expiration based on the pattern I'm seeing on what time frame. So here on a 2 minute, 1 minute, 3 minute, right? This is like a 5 minute. This would be where I'm looking to trade really quick scalps, in and out, quick as fuck, blah blah blah. If you pop out onto the 15 here, you could argue, and this is why I like what you're saying. You could argue that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is ABC, right? So like this all could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we could be getting the ultimate ABC here, right? So that's why I like what you said. Taking profit into the 1, 2, 3. Arguably this could be the third high on like the 30 minute, right? We could get the breakout here, which looks like it's trying, but I like that. I would set an alert. I would literally wait for it to develop and see if you catch it. Because I mean, why not, right? We're in a trending channel, higher lows, higher highs. If it gives you a higher low, why not, right? I love it. I love it. It said 583 target. I turned up my sensitivity too high, so. So like here, I'd probably just look at this one. So here we want to see how this plays out. Like, okay, there's always multiple ways. Like you could get a diagonal out of this and just keep chopping, like that doesn't have to stop. You get your 1, 2, 3 here, and maybe you get the big 3, and which at that point then I'd be targeting, yeah, maybe 583, 584. But yeah, man, I mean, this has been, I mean, if you're scalping, this is, again, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. That's a trend. I always throw anchored VWAPs on like you could, I would throw in at the start, 1 up, 2 down on 2, 3 up, 4 down on 4. Okay, cool. Like if momentum sticks around, get a 3 wave into here, right? That's what you want. You want to see the shelf hold. You want to see volume come in there, right? Like no, like pay attention to all these things, and it'll help. I mean, again, practice. Like do this for 2-3 years, and you'll be good at it. You know. um, you know, like something I'll highlight here to take, like, regardless, again, like I think the market's kind of telling us this, and that's why I've been mentioning, like, take your money and run. Because of it, like this is choppy, right? Like if you, even if you longed 576 right here, you're red on 580 calls on that move down. You could have longed the reclaim here and you're red right now. So like that's again a testament to like what we're talking about. Taking profit, even if you think this trend's never gonna change, like it can, right? Like, oh, what I was gonna say is 3s and 5s, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, arguably 5. Could this be the end of this move altogether, and could we be headed lower? Absolutely. Right? So don't just say, oh, we made this high, we're buying this, and oh, it comes down here, I'm not stopping out, oh, I'm not stopping. Like, no. Just because the pattern's playing the way you want it to right now doesn't mean it's going to do exactly what you want forever. Which is how you trade patterns. Like that, like trading patterns is keeping it simple and being like, okay, like this would be my long off of this anchored VWAP if we hold it. If not, something different. I gotta walk away. And that's when I'll just pull away. Like, oh, I was wrong about the pattern. Instead of trying to figure out what pattern it is, which I've been really bad at, just walk away and fucking ignore it. Do something else. Drew those patterns in pre-market. No, I draw the patterns as they come. Like if you rewatch the stream, you can see when I drew them. I mean, macro, I drew the pattern. I don't know which pattern you're talking about. I draw patterns all fucking day. That's all I do. Like I drew these ones pre-market, right? The macro outlook. The ones I just traded. Yeah, no, as they develop, man. That's so like I'll reverse this right here, right? Okay. I mean, again, like if you scroll back in the stream, you'll see when I drew them, but ultimately, like at this point when I saw this, I'll tell you what I saw. Good shit, Zeke. Love it, man. Nice and easy. If this loads, I'll show you like my thought process. Come on, dude. But it's these peaks in a row. Like, so like when we were right here. Oh, damn it. It fucking loads, dude. Come on. All right, here we go. Over on the right. So we had these. I saw this price action. I saw one up. Actually, what I looked at it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's the end of the move. That's the end of a move, right? A 5-wave move. We start a correction, just like Keys called out, right? We had already seen A, B, C playing out, right? This to me tells me this is the pattern I see. I see a diagonal up. I see a 3-wave correction, and then I see this happening. So this is the pattern that I anticipated happening when I saw this price action. Now, what did I do? I put an anchored view up on the low that was made, right? So, okay, it's lining up very perfectly with this volume shelf right here, right? Basically, what this is telling you is below 576.5, both on this volume shelf and this anchored view up, trend is down. Above that point, trend is up. So, okay. Now, again, 575, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. I'm anticipating a higher low. I took this along because, again, I thought this pattern was playing out. And my stop loss would have been a loss of 575. So, like, to that point, I had that drawn. I took my position. I understood my risk. It plays out. Boom. I made money into 578. Right? I made money into 578. I took it off. Right? So the pattern played out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Pull back. Long. Boom. To that point, we did. I literally did the exact same thing I just did. The exact same thing I just did. I did it again, which would be delete, 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 delete. At shit. At this point in time, I saw the same thing. Literally the exact same thing, just on a larger scale. I was like, okay, maybe we could have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a 3-wave pullback. 1, 2, 3. So, same thesis. I can long support. We've got a decent support shelf here at 575, 576. As long as this holds, see this little gap here? As long as this holds, I think we could get a breakout to the upside because of this diagonal. So again, literally twice played the same pattern, just let it develop, and and boom, it played out both times. So that's exactly how I took that trade. Again, it was more largely based on the fact that I came into today thinking 575 was going to hold. So I was long above that. Then I went inside and looked at the lower time frame patterns and found some entries based on the lower time frame patterns. Again, all based on my thesis that 575 was going to hold and I'd be long above that. Scalp, scalp, days done. I hope that makes sense. And I hope that was easy enough to like pick up on. But it was literally, I played the exact same pattern as it developed. So I was anticipating a pattern playing out, and I got 2 entries and 2 winning trades on a pattern playing out, right? Fortunately, it played out bullish for me and worked both times. Is that what, I don't call anything a fractal. No, I call this a pattern. I would just call it a pattern. Fractal to me is somebody looking back at previous price action and anticipating future price action, which is not, it does not work that way. It does not work that way. The market will never repeat itself perfectly. And that's what, in my opinion, people are trying to point out with fractals. This pattern you will see an infinite amount of times. That step-by-step separated and then overlay helped. Awesome. Awesome. Made a lot of sense. Beautiful. Thank you. yeah, I don't call it what you want, right? Call it what you want. I call them patterns. I think when people are pointing out a fractal, they're trying to find, like I said, something that has already happened, trying to make it fit their narrative going forward, which I do not believe in. I don't think that works at all. Let's say you do have a $500 account. What are those $50 plays that you think can be hit most consistently? I think I think it's up to the individual. When I say $50 trade, that $500, assuming you're going to risk it all, right? Assuming that like somebody who has a $500 account is more than likely trading more than 50% of that every time they trade it. That's just not okay. So that me pointing that out, I think you should. If you have $500 and you're going to be risky with it, you're going to risk it all. $500 gives you 10 $50 plays. Now there's a number, like I definitely wouldn't recommend trading 0 DTEs, even though that's like probably the best vehicle if you're going to be successful. The thing is, you're not going to be, right? Especially newer traders. So doing $50 size, if you can make $5, right? Trade equity, trade a leveraged ETF, trade whatever. If you can put $50 into something and make 10%, that's $5. Um, if you give yourself 10 of those opportunities, right? And it does depend on what you trade. With 0 DTEs, $50 you could make into, that could go to zero in 2 seconds, but it could also go to $200 in 2 seconds. So if you were going to do that, that gives you the ability to basically, lose 5 times, win 5 times, and you could still break even. That's a really rough, bad example. But the point I'm trying to make is consistency. If you have $500, you should consistently trade a $50 trade. Now, what trade is best? That's for you to find out. Is it momentum? Is it 0 DTE SPY scalping because you're good at taking that $20? When you turn that 50 into 20, you can take it, or turn that 50 into 70. You take it over and over. If you can do that, that's what you should do. That's hard. It's difficult. You need to practice at it. You need to get in the habit. Like you need to build habits of doing that. Because you could do that for 2 weeks, right? You could trade $50 size, get pretty good at scalp and SPY, take your $10, your $10, and be at 750 in a week. Trading consistently, trading consistently, taking your profits, taking your stop losses, and then all it takes is you to get too excited, put $500 on one trade, and it goes to zero. That's why I say, if you have $50 or $500, you should just get in the habit of trading $50 and make $5, make $5, make $5, make $10, make $10. That's how you're gonna last. That's how you're gonna make money in the long run. But nobody does that, right? Like, because you could do it for a month, you make $1,000. What are you gonna do? You're probably gonna go put that shit on Tesla calls, and get backed. That's how people get fucked in trading. And that's where, like, again, like simplicity, consistency are going to, it's not going to be pretty, it's not going to be screenshots every day. It's not going to be, oh, I made I hit this awesome trade every single day, but you will be here for those opportunities, if that makes sense, right? Like if you're out of the game, you're out of the game. Stay in the game. And consistency is how you do that. Now, again, like what works for you? I give this example of $500 and $50 trades because I've been there, right? Lose that shit on GME weeklies in a heartbeat. Exactly. Exactly. That's a fantastic point. It's habits. It's habits, like you got a habit of throwing money on GME weeklies every time it's green because you get the hype, and you got a habit of losing money because 9 out of 10 times, realistically probably 10 out of 10 times, it doesn't happen, right? And that's just psychology. That's for the individual trader. I can't help you with that. That's for, again, the individual to identify and fix for themselves, because again, it has nothing to do with trading. It's psychology. That's your ability or inability to stick to rules, follow them, manage your money. Has nothing to do with my levels, where I see a stock going, or any of that. What's the meta right now? What is the market given that's consistent? Momentum stocks dead, whole market kind of dead. Yeah, really nothing. I mean, um, I don't see one. I don't see one thing standing out, right? It was clearly quantum when that was happening. And then that, that changed. So for the time for until we see signs of that changing again or changing back, that's a trend. The quantum trend died. Now the quantum trend is dilute and down. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely agree. It's whole market kind of dead at the moment. Absolutely, we have FOMC this week. We have inauguration on Monday. You see DJT reacting to that. So there's, I think we're in a big uncertain point about where we're heading in the medium term future, right? Ultimately, my question is SPY headed to 550 or are we headed to 650? First, right? Which one's coming first? Because both will probably trade eventually. Which one's coming first? I think I think the market feels the exact same way. Indecision, waiting. I think it will be long the market if we can get this big giant correction. Like if everything, yes, big pivotal area, and pivotal time. We're coming into a new president's taking the reins, which is completely different than what's been going on the past 4 years. The market's going to react differently in the next 4 years to different things than it did the past 4 years, right? There were certain things in the market that would trigger a rally or trigger a sell-off. They're going to be different. Somebody actually did a really dope write-up on Trump's previous presidency, which I think has a fuck ton of validity, highlighting the certain types of events, types of news, types of things that he does in his fucking, I don't know, with the, I'm drawing a blank on the words I should be using here, but under Trump's administration, certain things will drive the market, certain things will tank the market. And it's completely different, or has been different than what the Biden administration, for example. So the market's going to move based on different things. It's going to move in different direction, so we're seeing a shift, right? We're seeing that shift. Do we know exactly what that's going to look like come 2 months from now? Absolutely not. Which is again why I think like we're just at a big pivotal point. If everything played out perfectly to the way I would want it to play out, we'd run up into 590 on SPY, short that shit down. Like I would say, give me 595 by the time Trump comes into office. They just fucking dump the market, absolutely sell it the fuck off, down to like 565, and that at that point I think we'd be long the market. Like you just want to, I think the next significant sell-off in the market, whenever that comes, it's going to be scary, definitely more so than the last couple we've seen, even, but it's going to be big and scary and everybody's going to be talking about it. And that's when I think we want to get long. But right now, if you're long, I fear, at least like macro long, like to all-time highs, I fear that we're going to get theta banged and we're going to get one deep sweep that really just gets everybody to stop up. I could be completely wrong. That's just what I'm seeing right now. Ultimately, indecision until after this week, really. Energy, dude, a lot of the energy stuff looked so good. Like bottomed out. I just saw the reaction the market had when Trump got elected. Obviously, like, actually I think they look better now, obviously, because I did get beat down. But that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. What is it gonna be, right? What is it gonna be? Like Bitcoin, I think is breaking down. I could see us getting 82, but I could also see us just like chopping down. Like we do need to come lower, but could we see 95? 89, 94, 85. Yeah, like we could just, sell every rip, exactly like what we're seeing on SPY, right? It's every time it tries to get back up, it just goes a little lower. Tries to get back up, goes a little lower. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't make any sense, dude. You're so fucking right. It's just follow the money, right? Fuck the literally what's the chart saying? That has helped me because I put so much weight on patterns. That helps me. It's like, is this pattern above this level bullish or bearish? What are my thoughts on UPST? That's a good question. Below 57.5, I think it can come to 53, 52. I think there's a gap down there. So that'd be the first. I'd either look for 57.5 to be reclaimed and reclaim 60, but ultimately I think, again, like with the market, I think we're gonna get a nasty fucking shakeout. I think, even if we bounce into 65, I think we could see 50. So I have alerts, like I said, all across the board, dude. I have alerts set on UPST at 52 and 45. If those levels trade, you know what the fuck I'm doing. And I have similar setups for pretty much everything across the board. Find some stocks that, like, look at the chart. Here, I'll show you. Let's do, what do we want to do? HIMS. Let's do HIMS. So this has been mega bullish, right? This has been going long. This looks, I mean, you could even argue this is the start of a mega fucking whatever. In this case, what are we looking for? Now, let's say the market takes this big fucking liquidity trap, stops everybody and their mom out and tries to fuck us. Where are we looking at on HIMS? Now, what I recommend is do this for yourself. Like, figure out how to do this. Go to the weekly, draw out some fucking levels, look at the volume profile, where we got volume and liquidity here. Below 20 bucks looks like a steal. Anything below $20 looks like a steal on him. So I'm setting an alert around 20 bucks, probably just above. Now, this doesn't mean I'm just going to buy blindly if and when that happens, but it does mean I'm interested. So if I'm interested in HIMS at $20, my alert's set at $20. When that goes off, I'm going to know. And I'm going to be able to get, maybe it's on earnings. Maybe there was a news article that came out. I don't know. We don't know, but I like 20, right? So let's just see what fucking happens. Yeah, because I mean, ultimately, this is going to probably $50, $60, probably higher longer term. But could it come down to fucking $10? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you could get that move. So if you're interested in HIMS at $10, why the fuck wouldn't you put an alert there? So no, I don't think this is going to $10, but I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna dilute. I don't know if they're going bankrupt. So I'm interested, and I'll reevaluate if and when that happens. But get in the habit of practicing that shit. Like, especially if you're, if you have a long bias. Like, I bet if any of us had done this with GME, we wouldn't have been buying in fucking the $40, $50 range. We would have been like, oh, you know what? Like, let me just set an alert down near $15. But get in the habit of doing that shit. Get in the habit of doing that, because then you forget about a stock, you look back on it, and it's on a discount. You know what I mean? Instead of running 300%, I would 10 times out of 10 times rather buy the stock beaten the fuck down on a discount than a stock marked up 300%, because my risk to reward is just that much better. Depending on the circumstance, this is a very vague, broad stroke, but hopefully you understand my point. Volume profile. The BDA, I chose 20 on it because of the volume profile. I didn't go into my deep analysis because, and look, like, it's the 200-day moving average, right? I recommend, like, I mean, this is showing you trend. 200-day daily moving average tells you that trend is up. So a pullback into that, even a little deeper. And like I'm looking at the volume shelf here, like this is the most significant closest volume shelf, peaked out at like $21, right? The bottom end of it, basically what this is telling me is if price came down to 20 and lost 20, you could see this little area being resistance. So you'd either come down here and resist and it would come lower, or you'd pop back above this and go like that. And that's based on the shelf here, right? Like this little notch. This is supportive, right? If it broke down again below 18, this is telling you that 18, this little notch here, could become resistance. So you watch for that to happen. And if that happens, this is telling you, yeah, we can't hold 18. Where are we headed? 16, right? This next notch. If we can't hold 16, it becomes resistance. Where are we headed? 12. Well, obviously, this one, 15, 14 and a half, 12. Let's see. Well, I hope I got some good nuggets in there. I think I'm gonna peace out because shit's kind of lame. Made some good scalps on SPY this morning though. I like that. That was solid. Yeah, I mean, all across the board, man. I think shit's gonna get a nasty shakeout to the downside. I don't know if that's gonna be this month, next month. I think it's gonna be this month. I'm hoping it's like with FOMC, with the inauguration. I hope like in a week and a half's time, like we're got a lot better, clear idea. But we'll see, right? We just don't know yet. So yeah, I'll maybe catch you later in the day, towards the afternoon, maybe some power hour. But enjoy your day. Good luck. Hopefully you made some money. If you haven't, protect it. I'll talk to you a little later.